What up, peeps? Welcome to today's vlog. So, today's Monday, and it's the last day we're open before our weekend, of course. Tomorrow, Naven and I are doing some thrifting in the morning, and then I'm not sure, but I think that everyone is going to meet at Retro Game Trader. We're going to look around there, maybe buy some stuff, and then there was like a sandwich place in Beaverton, which is the same city that Retro Game Trader is in. One of our customers is like a manager there, and he gave us some coupons for like free sandwiches and invited us to go out there. So I think that's what's happening tomorrow. I'm not 100% sure on it yet. There's so many people involved, like Kyle's trying to bring his family, and then Ryan and Jess, and I'll have Naven, and then there's Abby. So we just need to figure everything out, but I think that's the plan. But before I head into the store, I wanted to talk a little bit about a plan, not really a plan, but something that I've been thinking about. As you guys know, Abby and I have been wanting to, buy a house and everything. And today, we have taken a couple steps to move closer to that. So basically, because we're self-employed, we have the store. It's not as simple as just supplying your mortgage lender with, pay stubs and last year's tax return. There's a lot more we have to do. So we initially started doing this in like December, I think it was, but they needed a profit and loss statement for the year. It doesn't really make sense to do that in December when you're just going to have to do your taxes, because you basically have to do your taxes, get all the information you would use to do your taxes to get a profit and loss statement. So it didn't make sense to do that in December when we'd have to do it again in January or February. So we decided to wait. But then we started expanding the store and doing that, and we just got caught up with stuff. So over the past week, I have been working on that. Haven't talked about it, but I've been doing that. We got all the stuff that we need. We got the profit and loss statement, and I just got an email from our mortgage lender today, because I had emailed her, I think, on Friday, so she didn't get it until today, of course. And so she has requested all the information that she needs. My CPA is sending the stuff that he has, the stuff she's requesting, and I think that we have everything she needs at this point. So we're starting that process, and hopefully it's not a very, very long process, because we've been talking about and wanting to buy a house for, I feel like it's been over a year now. So we really want to get this done, and we are finally moving forward with that process. So with that comes the need for money, of course. So over the past, I would say probably month and a half, I have been thinking about possibly selling some stuff. And I want to say right up front that I am not considering selling my collection. I am not considering selling a big portion of our collection. Nothing like that. When I say that I have thought about selling the collection, but that by no means means that I'm like considering selling the collection. When I say that I've thought about it, I have thought about what would happen, like what would we gain from it monetarily, but also, space and whatever else. I've thought about how I would feel about it, like my personal thoughts on getting rid of stuff. And just because I've thought about it, like I said, does not mean I'm planning on doing it, and I'm not. But they are things that I have thought about. And I've talked a little bit before about possibly getting rid of some stuff, but the way that my brain is wired, I am a completionist. I am a completionist when I play video games, and I'm a completionist when I collect video games. If I'm not going to go for a complete set, I'm not going to go for that set at all. The simple reason is because collecting for certain consoles is about collecting for me. There are some systems that I play all the time. I've been playing my Switch. I've played the Switch more than probably any other console in the past decade. And I love the Switch. And I buy a lot of games for the Switch just for the collection, but I also buy a lot of them to play. So there's that. But then when you look at systems like the Atari 2600, I think I have played an Atari 2600 outside of testing maybe once. And I don't see myself ever going back and playing that again. I played Adventure. So the Atari 2600, for me personally, when I'm collecting, it is only about collecting. And I don't have a huge Atari collection, but I do have some stuff that I'm planning on selling. So there's a few other consoles I'm going to get rid of as well. It's not just going to be 2600. I'm going to get rid of my whatever I have for the 2600, 5200, 7800. I will probably also get rid of my Atari Lynx and my Atari Jaguar stuff. I will get rid of my Odyssey 2 collection. I will get rid of ColecoVision, Intellivision, and anything else older like that I have. I can't really think of anything else. Vectrex is another one that I'm considering getting rid of because I have the boxed console and I've got like, I don't know, 5 or 6 complete in box games. We already have a Vectrex at the store that has not sold, and I would never ship a Vectrex. So I don't know, not only will we have room for it at the store, but also if it would really sell because it's so expensive. But I think I have decided to get rid of those consoles. The Vectrex, like I said, I'm not 100% on. But the other ones, all the Atari stuff, the Odyssey, the Intellivision, ColecoVision, I'm going to get rid of those collections because I really don't have an attachment to them at all. And I'm only collecting them to collect them, which is fine. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But we are not rich. We're never going to be crazy rich. I'm never going to be able to build a game room like The Last Gamer, which is what I would need to do in order to properly house our collection, at least in the future. Because if we are going for complete sets of everything, that's going to take up a lot of room, and we don't have that room. So I'm going to start by getting rid of the stuff I mentioned, and then we will kind of go from there. So my plan is to sell it through the store. So it'll be available in our store and also on our website, of course. If there's anything like really weird or obscure that probably will not sell in the store, I will post that stuff on eBay, but I don't think that I really have anything like that for those consoles, so who knows. And then I also have, I'm not a comic book collector, but I do have one comic book. It is a graded Spider-Man #1 Silver Edition. It's a 9.8. I actually bought this from Naven like 2 years ago because Naven was a regular customer before he started working at the store. So I bought that from him a long, long time ago. And at the time, it was worth like $30. And I thought that it was a lot cooler than $30. So I just decided to hold on to it. I've had it just displayed in my collection downstairs forever. And now it goes for like $140, $150. So that's one thing that I'm going to get rid of as well. I'm not a comic book collector. I have no attachment to it other than I thought that it was cool, and I thought it was cooler than $30 at the time, so I decided to hold on to it. Kind of glad that I did. But we have a ton of stuff that I can probably get rid of without feeling too bad about it, and that's the biggest hurdle to try to get over when getting rid of something from my personal collection. This is not the biggest hurdle for everyone. It's just the biggest hurdle for me personally is the attachment that I have to these items, not because I have played every game, but because just the act of building a collection is incredibly fun to me. As you guys probably know, it's like my only hobby, and it's directly related to my job as well. So it's hard to grapple with the decision to get rid of stuff. And getting rid of the Atari and the older stuff like that is going to be the easy part for me. So I will continue to kind of look at stuff and figure out what I want to do, because obviously I'm not going to stop collecting, and I'm not going to stop collecting complete sets. A lot of people will say, oh, just get rid of the games you're not going to play. It's not an option for me. The way that my brain works, and because I'm a completionist, that's just not an option. So when I lived in Florida, at one point, because of space, I got rid of all my Sega stuff, all my Xbox stuff and all my PlayStation stuff except PS2. So when I was living in Florida, I only collected Nintendo and PS2. That was it. I don't necessarily want to go back to that because we have so many games for PlayStation, Xbox, Sega. I would be getting rid of more than half of our collection if I did that. And I don't want to do that, especially since I've really been focusing on like picking up Dreamcast games and Saturn games and stuff like that. We're not that far off from a complete Dreamcast set. And like getting the money from that would be awesome, and being able to put that towards a house would be amazing. But we don't have to sell anything to get a house. It's just, if I do, it's going to help, obviously. But it's not like we don't have any money for a down payment. We have plenty saved up. It's just, if we sell stuff, we will have more saved up, if that, of course, that's just how it is. So I don't think I can bring myself to get rid of stuff like that. Like we can't sell our PS1 stuff or our Sega stuff. I don't think that's going to happen. But the Atari stuff for sure. I don't know exactly when this is going to happen. Hopefully soon. But it takes time to get stuff into the system at the store, because you have to enter everything, look at condition, price everything, do all that. It takes a long time. And it's not like I have a ton. I probably have like 40 2600 games, maybe like one 5200 game, and like a couple 7800 games, and then maybe like 8 or 9 Odyssey 2 games. I probably have like 15 to 20 Intellivision games, maybe like a handful, like 4 or 5 ColecoVision games. So it's really not that much, but I do have boxed consoles. I have boxed accessories, boxed controllers. So that stuff, of course, takes a little bit longer. I've got this Atari 5200 trackball controller in the box. This is just one thing that's up here for some reason. So yeah, that's kind of the plan. I know that I've rambled quite a bit at the beginning of the video here, and I think I might actually just make this a separate video entirely, because this is already 12 minutes, and I don't want there to be this huge rambling section at the beginning of your normal daily vlog. So I think I'm just going to make this a bonus video. This will probably go up after the vlog. So you probably saw a vlog earlier today. You're getting this now, even though I'm filming this part first. But I just wanted to kind of talk about that stuff. And yeah, that's just kind of where my head's at right now. And like we've talked about buying a house for so long that, at the beginning it was very, very exciting. And then after a while, we talked about it so many times, it was just like, okay, yeah, eventually it'll happen, hopefully, maybe, kind of thing. And it wasn't very exciting. But now that I have like submitted paperwork and we're starting the process officially, it's feeling exciting again. And I have this motivation to make things happen, basically. So I'm going to be going extra hard with trying to make some money. So that means I'm going to be pumping out eBay listings. I'm probably going to try to do an Amazon shipment soon. I'm going to be getting rid of that stuff from my collection. We are going to, unfortunately, have to cut back on our cash purchases at the store, because that is our number one biggest expense out of everything. It's bigger than payroll. It's bigger than all the utilities combined. It's bigger than everything. So if we can get like more store credit trade-ins, that's awesome. Obviously, we're not going to completely stop paying out cash. We can't do that, obviously, but we can cut back. And if someone's trying to trade in a bunch of 360 games, we can turn that kind of stuff away if we need to. We're not going to turn away Nintendo stuff, obviously, but we've just been getting way, way too many trade-ins. I'm sure you guys have noticed, but a lot of people are taking cash, and I don't know, it's just a lot. So we're going to have to cut back on that. But thank you guys for hearing me out, listening to what I have to say, what's on my mind. And yeah, you're going to be seeing a lot of stuff coming up for sale soon. Like I said, through the store, the website, eBay, hopefully Amazon, we'll see. But this guy, I'm going to sell on our store's website. It'll be available in store. And it's going to be in the toy categories. We don't have a comic book. Or no, it'll go in the strategy guide category, because that's the strategy guide / book category. So I guess comic books kind of fit into that. So if you're interested, that's where it'll be. That's going to be up by the time you see this video, because I'm going to take that in today with me. But all the other stuff, I'll let you know in the vlogs when I'm working on it. So you guys, if you're interested, you can check it out. I don't have anything like crazy rare. I do have Demon Attack complete in box for the Odyssey 2, which I think last time I checked was a couple $100. But other than that, I think most of what I have is going to be a lot of filler and stuff like that. But with the boxed accessories and stuff, there are some cool things. So hopefully at least some of you guys will be interested in checking some of that stuff out. And if not, no big deal. Obviously, we have the store we can sell stuff at physically, and we have a lot of people that come in looking for complete in box stuff and also Atari stuff as well. So either way, it'll create some space for me, get us a little bit of money, not very much, but at least a little bit. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.